Have you ever experienced things like lacking confidence, falling too easily, getting lost in fantasies, giving without limits, or constantly people-pleasing in a relationship? Maybe at some point you wondered if these were just normal aspects of love. But if true love is always based on these imbalances and irrational behaviors, can it really last? Can it withstand the test of time and life? This isn't just about love itself. It's about how you see yourself and how you maintain your sense of self within a relationship. I can't make you fall in love with anyone, nor can I make someone fall in love with you. But what I can do is help you become the best version of yourself in a relationship. Because only when you truly understand and value yourself can you build and sustain a healthy, lasting relationship. Today, we'll dive into some of the fundamental psychological traps and explore how to regain your confidence in love and build mature, balanced connections. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. It means a lot to us, and it only takes a second for you. Now let's get started. Number 1. Lack of confidence. Feeling unworthy of a great partner. Do you often feel like you're not good enough, or that you don't deserve a wonderful partner? This mindset may have quietly influenced every relationship you've had. By underestimating your own value, you might even think of yourself as someone who isn't worthy of your partner. But behind this lack of confidence often lies inner anxiety, which not only makes you feel insecure, but may also project negative emotions onto your partner, creating a constant need for external validation. You've put yourself on a lower pedestal, living under the weight of their gaze, forgetting one important truth. A healthy relationship is always built on a foundation of equality and respect. Love has never been about reaching for someone above you or devaluing yourself. It's more like a mutual exchange, a bond built between two independent hearts. If she truly loves you, she wants you to see your own worth, not constantly seek confirmation from others. The beauty of love lies in how two people can lift each other up, not in one person constantly feeling insecure or dependent. Only when you learn to appreciate yourself can you genuinely give and receive in a relationship. Stoicism emphasizes self-control and rational thinking. It teaches us not to rely on external judgment to define who we are. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You don't have to rely on external things to find your value. True value comes from your own virtue and actions." This perspective helps us realize that true confidence doesn't come from seeking approval from others, but from within, through rational thought and our own behavior. When we approach our strengths and weaknesses with reason, not only do we walk more confidently on our own path, but we also present a version of ourselves that is self-assured, not one that is constantly chasing external validation. Many people don't want a partner who relies on them for validation. Instead, they appreciate those who are independent, confident, and have a clear sense of self. Love thrives on mutual respect and equality, not on one-sided sacrifices or dependency. A partner who is independent with strong beliefs and self-awareness is much more likely to win her heart. This kind of confidence is rooted in inner strength, not in superficial gestures of pleasing or dependence. Moreover, this confidence strengthens the relationship because it's based on mutual respect and balance, rather than one person giving and the other taking. True love isn't about living in the glow of your partner's light, but walking beside them, growing together as individuals. Number 2, falling too easily, mistaking simple kindness for love. When she gives you a casual smile or shares a fleeting glance, you might start fantasizing about every moment you'll spend together in the future, building an idealized world for the two of you. This excessive projection of emotions not only makes you seem immature, but could also put undue pressure on her. People often say that love is blind, but in many cases, it's more about an exaggerated emotional reaction. In these situations, you fail to fully understand your own feelings, and instead, you misinterpret simple kindness as deep love. This misunderstanding usually stems from a lack of clarity about your own emotions and an inability to recognize the natural pace at which a real relationship develops. In mature relationships, both partners need time, communication, and deep understanding of each other. Love shouldn't be a rush toward a passionate future, but rather a careful, step-by-step process, like sculpting a work of art that requires delicate polishing and repeated reflection. If she truly loves you, she will want you to understand that love isn't just a one-sided projection of feelings. It's a shared experience and growth process. She wants you to differentiate between affection and deep love, not be blinded by fleeting passion. Real love requires reason, time, and emotional depth. It's not about momentary emotional highs. Stoicism offers profound wisdom in this area. It encourages us to approach emotions rationally rather than letting them dictate all our decisions. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Our emotions are not determined by things themselves, but by how we perceive them." This teaches us that while we can't always control our emotions, we do have control over how we react to them. If we treat emotional fluctuations as mere reactions to external events rather than rational responses to our inner world, we risk losing ourselves in our feelings. Reason helps us calm down during emotional ups and downs, allowing us to reflect on our needs and make clearer, more rational choices. Through self-control and a thoughtful analysis of our emotions, we can avoid over-fantasizing and get a clearer view of what we truly need, rather than being driven by temporary emotional impulses. This rational approach and self-control are especially important in our interactions with others, especially in romantic relationships. If one partner prematurely interprets simple kindness as a sign of love, it can lead to unnecessary discomfort. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions, but learning to discern the true motivations behind them. Often, we forget an important fact. Love isn't a miracle that happens in an instant. It's something that develops gradually through mutual understanding and effort. Seeing your emotions rationally and understanding the difference between real love and fleeting infatuation is key to a healthy relationship. She may not expect you to assign infinite meaning to every smile or envision a future every time you meet. What she likely wants is for you to approach the relationship from a more mature, balanced perspective. In a relationship that's not rushed and is based on reason, you can face life's challenges together and build a strong foundation. The strength of a relationship isn't built on early fantasies, but on true understanding, respect, and support. In a mature relationship, love is a process that gradually unfolds, not a sudden emotional explosion. Rationality and thoughtful emotional management not only help us avoid misunderstandings and unnecessary impulses, but also help us clarify our own emotional needs and make reasoned decisions. It's only on this foundation of reason and self-control that love can endure and thrive. Number 3, getting lost in fantasies, self-indulgence, and ignoring reality. Have you ever found yourself lost in the emotions of a perfect storyline that doesn't even exist, dreaming of an idealized future while avoiding the reality of your current relationship? You might get swept up by the romantic tales you've crafted in your mind, yet fail to address the areas where true effort and commitment are needed. The beauty of a relationship doesn't come from your one-sided fantasies, but from real, mutual interactions and continuous effort. When you indulge in your own daydreams and emotional self-indulgence, you not only miss the opportunity to build a genuine relationship, but you also fail to experience the potential of creating a future together. Romanticized fantasies and emotional illusions are something everyone has experienced in relationships, but they are not what true love is made of. Idealized relationships are often just imagined perfection, lacking real interaction and mutual effort. In a relationship, it's the grounded actions, facing challenges together, and solving real-world problems that truly matter. Love is not built on fictional stories. It requires both of you to create and strive together in the reality of life. She wants you to face the present with her, not remain lost in the romantic dreams you've spun. The strength of love doesn't lie in fantasy, but in the real contributions and shared efforts in everyday life. The wisdom of Stoicism is crucial here. Stoic philosophy encourages us to accept reality and focus on what we can control, rather than being consumed by endless fantasies. Seneca once said, "The future is always uncertain, but we should focus on what we can control, this moment." This quote highlights the difference between reality and fantasy. Becoming lost in fantasies and emotional indulgence often causes us to neglect the real problems and challenges we need to confront. Stoicism teaches that we cannot rely on illusions or unrealistic expectations to guide our lives or relationship decisions. Only by staying grounded in reality and confronting it head-on can we move steadily through an uncertain world and find true security and fulfillment in our relationships. If you're too immersed in your fantasy world and overlook the real efforts and interactions she needs, you'll not only fail to build a healthy relationship, but you'll also miss the chance to face challenges together and grow as a couple. The idealized love you imagine is beautiful, but true love is created in the real world, through communication, understanding, and support. This kind of love is built on mutual effort and problem-solving, not hollow ideals or fictional stories. True love isn't a beautiful fantasy in life, but a daily commitment to care, support, and understanding. It requires both of you to face the real problems in front of you and walk side by side through each stage of life. Love's most authentic expression comes when you confront life's challenges together. You need to wake up from your fantasies, take real action, and begin to truly understand her, support her, and create the future that belongs to both of you. Number 4, having no expectations from your partner and giving without boundaries. In a relationship, healthy interaction should be mutual, not one-sided. If you're constantly pleasing her with no regard for your own needs, just to make her happy, this behavior, though well-intentioned, can lead to an imbalance in the relationship. True love isn't about one person continuously compromising or sacrificing. It's about both people sharing responsibility and equally investing emotional energy. She won't want you to suppress your own needs just to meet her expectations. Love is about equality, where both partners feel free to express their thoughts, understand each other, and build a relationship founded on mutual respect and support. Giving without boundaries often stems from neglecting your own needs. While many people view sacrificing for love as a virtue, this one-sided giving can quickly create emotional imbalance, making the relationship fragile over time. The effort in a relationship shouldn't be about one person sacrificing while the other receives. It's a shared effort from both partners. When you give unconditionally but overlook your own needs, it not only drains your emotional resources but can also make her feel burdened, even leading to emotional distance. A healthy relationship requires equal effort and communication, not one-sided indulgence. Stoicism emphasizes inner independence and responsibility for one's actions. Marcus Aurelius once said, "True virtue is doing what you can do, not simply pleasing others." One of the core ideas of Stoic philosophy is that we must recognize our inner needs and take responsibility for our actions. Boundless giving not only neglects your own needs, but also risks upsetting the balance in the relationship. A healthy relationship is based on mutual respect, understanding, and shared growth, not on one partner continually sacrificing their own interests and emotions. Stoicism teaches that we should be conscious of our needs, understand our emotional boundaries, and foster meaningful, healthy interactions with others. Many women in relationships desire a partner who participates equally, not one who is always giving without regard for their own well-being. Overgiving can sometimes make her feel the imbalance, even adding to her sense of burden. The ideal relationship is one where both partners share responsibility and support each other, not where one person is constantly sacrificing their needs and desires just to keep the relationship afloat. Women generally prefer to see a partner who can express their own needs and maintain independence. They don't want you to lose yourself by catering to every one of their demands. On the contrary, they appreciate a partner who can remain true to themselves, express their thoughts, and work together to create a balanced relationship. Unconditional giving isn't the same as deep love. It can lead you to lose yourself without realizing it, trapping you in a cycle of one-sided giving, which makes both parties feel exhausted and oppressed. True love involves both partners sharing responsibility, supporting each other, and growing together. In a healthy relationship, you should feel empowered to express your needs and discuss your expectations together in order to create a balanced and mutually respectful relationship. This approach not only shows love for the other person, but also respects yourself and allows for personal growth. Number 5, always yielding even beyond your capabilities. If you constantly choose to comply with everything, regardless of whether you can bear it or if it's beyond your capabilities, this behavior will not only overwhelm you, but could also make her feel anxious and uneasy. When you continually cater to her needs while ignoring your own limits, this endless compromise can weaken the relationship. Love is not about one person endlessly sacrificing themselves. It's about both people growing together and supporting each other. In a healthy relationship, both partners should have space to express their needs and feelings, rather than one person always yielding to the other. True love involves accepting each other as your authentic selves and working together to build a more balanced and fulfilling relationship. Always yielding may stem from an excessive sense of responsibility, fearing that if you don't cater to her, you'll lose her love. However, doing this long-term not only leaves you feeling exhausted, but can gradually cause you to lose sight of yourself. The most important thing in a relationship is staying attuned to your own feelings and respecting your own needs. Without setting healthy boundaries, your emotional and physical energy will be drained over time, eventually leaving you feeling empty and powerless. She may also sense your silent protest or repression, which could confuse or make her uneasy. Stoic philosophy encourages inner self-control and rationality, emphasizing that we can only control our reactions, not external circumstances. Epictetus once said, "You cannot control external events, only your response to them." This means we must learn to recognize our limits and boundaries, wisely choosing when it's appropriate to give to others and when it's necessary to stand firm and make decisions that benefit ourselves. Excessive yielding will ultimately leave you dissatisfied and drained, and when you don't set healthy boundaries, the balance in the relationship will be disrupted. Stoicism teaches us that by holding on to principles and setting boundaries, we maintain inner peace and find real strength in relationships. In a relationship, healthy boundaries are not only a sign of self-respect, but also respect for each other. When you establish clear boundaries for yourself and stick to them, not only will you protect your emotional and mental well-being, but the relationship will also become more stable. Love is not about limitless giving and blind yielding. It's about mutual growth and shared responsibility. She will also appreciate you standing firm in your principles, maintaining your identity, and keeping equality and respect in the relationship. In a relationship, the most important thing is not how to cater to each other's needs, but how to find a balance in your interactions. While giving love and care, you must also learn to cherish and take care of yourself. Love without self-awareness is like a sandcastle, easily eroded by the winds and storms of the outside world. But love with awareness is like a tree deeply rooted in the earth, able to withstand the rain and thrive in the sunlight. If you want to win her heart, the first one you need to win is yourself. Learn to take responsibility for your own life, respect your boundaries and needs, rather than blindly giving and sacrificing. Love and being loved has never been about one person's unconditional sacrifice. It is the deep connection between two independent souls. Only when you understand your own inner value and know your own needs can you embrace a healthy, equal relationship as your true self. Remember, the beauty of love is not in extreme sacrifice, but in genuine existence and mutual growth. Don't get lost in fantasies. Don't lose yourself. Be a partner with independent thought and clear boundaries, and you will have a lasting and vibrant love. If you want to walk further with her, first walk your own path.